What's up, Peep Squad is in the building, baby. So let's get to it. Let's talk about David Darnell Brown. Lord have mercy, Young Buck. Ooh, baby, Young Buck, what is going on? You were part of a legendary group, G Unit, and all we hear about is Young Buck getting locked up and going back home, going back behind bars. What is going on with Young Buck? Like, damn. He is not going to be remembered for his legacy and what he has contributed to hip-hop music, being a part of the hottest rap group, G Unit. And it just seems like Young Buck keep falling and falling and falling. And it seems like he cannot stay from behind bars. It's like his second home. Like, what is going on with Young Buck? We know you in the streets. We know you like the culture of the streets. But, baby, there got to be something else that you can do. There got to be something else that life can hand you other than being behind bars and being locked up. Like, Lord have mercy, Young Buck need a healing and a prayer and the whole 9 yards. Young Buck was allegedly shot at 2 times by his girlfriend, Lucresia Neal. Lucresia Neal was out here packing, baby. She was out here doing the most. Like, what's going on with this situation? She was wilding, yo. Like, I don't know what Young Buck did. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was a domestic type of situation or if she found out that Young Buck is attracted to the same sex, or she found out that Young Buck is a part of the LGBTQIA community. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like she was upset. And she came after Young Buck, and it seemed like she wanted him to depart from this earth, or maybe she was trying to scare Young Buck. But Lucresia Neal was arrested Tuesday on charges of reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. I was like, Lord have mercy. And she was firing shots at the Tower Hill subdivision and Hendersonville. Like, what's going on with Lucretia? Lucretia's out here acting up. She is in a private community. She's in a gated community. You see these houses? These houses are worth hundreds and hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars. And she is out here firing shots in that neighborhood. You know they was going to pick her up and find her immediately. You know how it goes. I was like, Lord, what are you doing out here bucking at Young Buck? Young Buck, what is going on with your situation? Not shortly after that, Young Buck was arrested. Like, damn, Young Buck can't catch a break. I don't know what Young Buck be out here in these streets doing. You know, he glorified, the culture of being out there in the street, being streetwise and hanging in the streets and talking about he got money, talking about this. He knows how to hustle. He has racks on racks, stacks on stacks. Too much going on with Young Buck. I wish he would grow up and also think about his legacy, his children, or something. Like, what's going on? Only thing we know about Young Buck lately is him facing charges and being locked up after being locked up from 2019 of December. He was locked up too as well. Like, what's going on a fugitive warrant out of Georgia? Like, he was released in December of 2019. That's the time that he was arrested. Then he was released. And then also, Young Buck was facing charges in 2016. He was reportedly kicked in the front door of one of his ex-girlfriends in Nashville apartments and threatened to do too much. Like, what's going on, Young Buck? It seems like you need to be single. It seems like the relationships that you get yourself in ends you up behind bars, baby. You got to control yourself and control your anger and control your regret, control your failure, control whatever's going on in your mind, because baby, it don't seem like a whole lot is going on in Young Buck's mind. It seems like his mind is, polluted with a whole bunch of little different things that is polluting his brains, polluting his cells, polluting everything. Baby, go get clean, go get some help. I was like, Lord have mercy, what are you doing out here in these streets? Young Buck then end up, making his IG private because, so much is going on with him and people are coming at Young Buck, making fun of Young Buck. It is what it is. It's nothing to make fun of because it seems like he is a hurt individual and he seems like he cannot find himself and he cannot walk the straight, narrow path without being lured to a different path. Like, Lord, Young Buck, what are you doing out here in these streets? Ooh, wait, 50 Cent, I know you're going to talk junk about Young Buck, but maybe you need to lift a helping hand. Maybe he needs some more help. I know you ain't feeling G Unit like that, 50 Cent. You're kind of disappointed in G Unit because, they didn't live up to the madness. They not continue to make music. They just disappeared. But baby, Young Buck didn't disappear. He is still out here in these streets and he needs some help. You was his father at one point in time. Turn around and be his father again and help this man out. Let him be your long lost son, since your, biological son and your oldest biological son are not on the same path or on the same page or actually communicating with each other. So maybe that would be a help if you can go out there and stick your neck out for Young Buck and bail him out, because right now Young Buck is behind bars. I mean, like, damn, come on, 50 Cent. You gotta help the young man out. He needs some help. He needs your help. He needs your persuasion, baby, because Young Buck has been arrested. Like, damn, he's been arrested on several charges, including domestic assault, vandalism, and $10,000 and unlawful possession of weapons. He was arrested Thursday and booked into the Sumner County Jail on $60,000 bond. He can be released if he can pay $6,000. So Young Buck could be released from jail, but he needs somebody to bond him out. He needs $6,000. 50 Cent, you got $50,000. You got $6,000 to, bail him out. Come on, 50 Cent, help your brother out. Like, Lord have mercy, what is going on with this situation? It just seems like Young Buck can't catch a break. Maybe if he's open and honest with himself and the world, maybe somebody would take a liking to him. Maybe somebody would help him, because he damn sure needs the help. He damn sure needs guidance. He damn sure needs somebody to tell him the way he's moving and the way that he's acting is definitely not right. Point blank, period. He should be out here making nothing but music, and out here on Instagram, YouTube, doing a damn thing, building up his brand. Because, Lord, what are you doing behind bars? All these activities that you are involved in, ain't helping you, because it's putting you behind bars. Now Young Buck needs $6,000 to bun out, because his bail is $60,000. $60,000. Damn, $60,000 bond. Like, shit. But they still want to release Young Buck. All he needs to do is pay $6,000 to get out. He had all these extracurricular activity things going on. The police done came through. I'm just like, damn. And also, people are kind of upset because when Young Buck, girlfriend Lucresia Neal was being looked at, and they was talking about what she did to Young Buck. Basically she was arrested. They end up putting Young Buck on the news, but they use his mugshot when he was a victim. So people are saying, what's going on with the media? But little did we know, they was looking for Young Buck not to find out if he was okay or whether he has been harmed by his girlfriend Lucresia Neal. No, they was looking for him because they wanted to arrest him. Lord have mercy. And what did he vandalize? Like, damn, was him and Lucretia in that house tearing it up? Or was it their property? Or was they out in public? Like, what's going on with this situation? It is fugazi and crazy. And a lot of people are not feeling his buddy either, 50 Cent, because he is, voting for Trump. So what do you guys think about that situation? He can vote for whoever he wants. It is what it is. 50 Cent's gonna do him, and that's just gonna be the situation. So you guys tell me what you think about this situation. Lift the prayer hands up for Young Buck that he gets some help, because something went wrong down the line. Something happened. I know 50 Cent did embarrass him by having him on the phone and he was crying, and 50 Cent played that to the world. That was another thing that hurt Young Buck too as well. And then Young Buck has been talking about he got so many mouths to feed. It was like, damn, Young Buck, when you gonna grow up, man?